Here are 5 things that are looking really good for Tesla stock. Let's start with number 1. On Tuesday, Tesla recorded the largest net daily buying ever from individual investors at $316 million, according to Vanda Research. The next session, retail investors bought up a net $300 million worth of Tesla shares. Individuals have been steadily buying the dip in Tesla shares amid recent weakness, with net purchases picking up steam this month. When I read this, of course, this looked like a pretty interesting article, so I went ahead and signed up for the Wall Street Journal. It asked me to pay $2 per month. I thought it's a pretty good deal. I mean, they probably have a lot of data and charts and everything, and this article turned out to only have this one more line. There's nothing else. This is just a Tesla stock chart. There's literally nothing else. This one paragraph just says, Vanda's take, faith in Musk's company is still robust, analysts said in a report released Thursday. That was not worth the $2. Number 2, this is from New York Times. This week, Mr. Musk, who also leads the electric automaker Tesla, emailed Twitter employees saying he was available for meetings after finishing most of my Tesla work. He reminded them that he must approve all product design and engineering changes, no matter how small, according to a copy of a note which was seen by the New York Times. We are going to agonize until we achieve as close to the perfect product as possible, Mr. Musk wrote. So this gives us insight how detailed Elon is with things that he does, including Tesla, of course. But when you look right here, most of my Tesla work, clearly he is prioritizing Tesla over Twitter. Does this look like someone who does not care about Tesla? To me, I see a man who cares about Tesla deeply. Number 3, this happened yesterday, as you can see from here. Cathie Wood from ARK Invest just dropped $20 million on Tesla stock. This is her second largest individual purchase of Tesla stock in the last 4 weeks. And this comes after Cathie dropping $12 million this Tuesday and then $11 million this Wednesday. So look at the pattern and see if you can spot something. Started with 12 million, then 1, 4.6, 4, 3, 1.5, 2, 2.8, 2.7, 2, 2.7, 27, 19, 2, 3, 6.5, 3, 2, 12, 11, 20. The trend is up. And here is the number 4 thing that's looking really good for Tesla stock. So Tesla was trading around $123 before the Q4 delivery miss and then massive price cuts everywhere else. Now the stock is trading actually at $122.40. James says, I interpret this to mean that this news was already priced in and we may be at the bottom, assuming inflation keeps falling. Bullish? A different James, who I believe does not have a cat, but certainly has a dog named Loki. A pretty cute dog, by the way. He says, when stocks don't fall on bad news, sometimes that means they were already oversold. Or that the bad news, after some reflection, isn't really bad, says another person here. Now, if I'm being really brutally honest, would I rather have Tesla deliver 2 million vehicles in total, with, for example, the Model Y long range being at almost $66,000 instead of $53,000? Of course, if he can still maintain delivery volumes, I would definitely, certainly, for sure, 100% choose higher priced vehicles if I'm speaking selfishly as a Tesla stock investor, if I didn't care about Tesla's mission at all. As an investor, I really care about full self-driving. That's where I see most of the growth and other things as well. But full self-driving is really the main thing that I see that's really bright for Tesla. But at these ridiculously low prices, just the automotive enough alone is going to, I believe, not financial advice, is going to multiply Tesla stock by a few times. If you understand Tesla's mission, then it's no surprise that Tesla has dropped prices. Tesla wants to sell 20 million vehicles per year in 2030. How are they going to get there unless they have cars that are actually affordable? So to those of us that closely follow Tesla, this is not a surprise. But if I'm just looking purely from an investor's point of view, let's say I'm a Wall Street analyst and I don't really care about full self-driving because I believe it will never happen. You know, this is not good news, the price drop that is. But to me, the stock not reacting to this much, it just simply means everyone was already pricing this in. So in a very roundabout and a little bit confusing way, this bad news actually turned out to be really good news, because now we can point to this and say, oh, this was already priced in. So it would appear that we are certainly approaching the bottom perhaps here. I mean, everyone is talking about the bad recession. Elon Musk says the recession is inevitable. But maybe that is already priced in. If it is, that would be a big deal. I'm not saying that it definitely is. I'm just pointing out there's a possibility that perhaps it is. Yesterday evening, Elon tweeted, "I wonder what would have happened in 2009 if the Fed had raised rates instead of lowering them." Well, we might find out. If you watch my previous videos, you know what my stance on inflation is. It's still the same, but I am clearly seeing here, like looking at this data, for example, clearly inflation is slowing down, which is good. And of course, the Fed is still increasing the rates, which is bad for growth stocks. Which brings me to the next thing that is looking really good for Tesla stock, at least, well, more in the long term. The bond market sees over 1.73% of rate cuts by end of 2023 and 5% of rate cuts within a few years, basically back to zero. That would be the absolute best environment for a stock like Tesla, which is still a growth stock. Will this happen? Well, we'll see. But if it does, this is looking really good. The next really good thing for Tesla is the cheapest luxury car brand to maintain, according to this new study. This is really good news. And this is not even Tesla's data. This is third-party data from Clunker Junker. You can see Tesla is number one at 7.09% only, which means over a period of 10 years, you will only spend 7% of the car's value on maintenance. That is good. Look at everyone else. Second best is so far away. I thought Lexus would do better. It's over 12%. Then Porsche comes in third at 17%, then Mercedes, and then you got others as well. I had a friend asking me how much is it to maintain a Tesla Model S or a Model X, and I didn't really know exactly what to say, but now, hey look, it's actually really cheap to maintain. And some of the worst cars, BMWs, definitely. Before we had a Tesla, BMW 7 Series, maintenance on that. Probably it cost more in maintenance for that car than almost the cost of a rear-wheel drive Model 3. Maybe not quite, but it's pretty close. We had to replace a transmission and stuff like that. So that was quite costly. And this is, of course, really smart. Tesla is negotiating with Indonesia and also Mexico at the same time. And there has been a report saying that Tesla is close to signing a deal to build a factory in Indonesia. And then Elon says, please be cautious about writing articles citing unnamed sources as they are frequently false, of course. That's quite a negotiating move there. Make them work just a little bit harder to offer you a better deal. And it will be really interesting to see what competition does in response to these massive price cuts from Tesla. And in the meantime, these are 48 reasons why I only own Tesla stock in my stock portfolio. My name is Matt Posius. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.